Tonight we are looking at a nursery that seems calm but maybe quietly telling a tired baby to stay switched on. If bedtime feels like a mystery, start with the room before you blame your baby or your routine. A baby can be sleepy and still alert when the environment is sending little wake up signals. A bright line under the door, a glowing monitor, a mobile in the sight line, a room that is a little too warm, or a caregiver path that turns every check in into a new event. This review is not medical advice and it is not a sleep training promise. It is a practical room audit you can do today with safe, boring, low drama changes that make sleep cues easier to read. Think of the nursery as a stack of cues. Light tells the body whether it is day or night. Sound tells the brain whether to monitor for action. Temperature tells the body whether to settle or fuss. Visual contrast gives the eyes something to study. Parent traffic tells the baby whether the night is still interactive. None of these cues has to be dramatic to matter. A tiny LED can be interesting in a dark room. A hallway stripe can become a bright target. A patterned wall beside the crib can be more exciting than you realise. The goal is not to build a perfect cave. The goal is to remove the cues that compete with the one message you want the room to send. It is safe, it is boring, and it is time to rest. First, do the light audit from crib height. Do not stand in the doorway like an adult. Crouch where your baby rests and let your eyes adjust for a minute. Look for the bright line under the door, the charging brick, the humidifier button, the monitor status light, and the window edge that looks fine at 7 but glows at 5 in the morning. You are not trying to make the room unsafe to navigate. You are trying to remove visual anchors that invite attention. Cover tiny LEDs with safe opaque tape, move glowing devices out of the direct sight line, and test blackout coverage during the brightest part of the morning. If you need a nightlight for care, choose the dimmest practical warm light and keep it low, indirect, and boring. Next, check what the baby can see from the sleep space. A nursery can be beautiful for photos and still be visually busy for bedtime. High contrast art, moving mobiles, open shelves, mirrored surfaces, and toys near the crib can become a tiny gallery tour at the exact time you want less stimulation. For sleep periods, keep the crib view simple. Move mobiles away once they are no longer part of supervised awake play. Shift bold art to a wall the baby does not stare at while lying down. Put toy bins behind a closed door or out of direct view. This is not about making the nursery plain forever. It is about giving the sleep zone one job. Awake play can be interesting. The crib view should be safe, simple, and predictable. Now listen and feel. Sudden sound changes can be more alerting than steady sound. A quiet room that is interrupted by a door latch, hallway footsteps, or a dog collar can keep a baby monitoring the environment. If you use white noise, keep it at a safe, moderate level and place the machine away from the crib, following the device guidance. The sound should be steady background, not a blast. Temperature matters too. Overheating is a safety concern, so avoid bundling as a solution to wake ups. Use safe sleep guidance, dress the baby appropriately, and keep the room comfortably cool rather than stuffy. If the baby is waking sweaty, flushed, or with damp hair, treat that as a signal to reassess layers and room temperature. The last cue is you, and this one is not about guilt. Babies are built to pay attention to caregivers. If every check in brings bright light, a lot of talking, a fresh angle of the door, and a long search for supplies, the room becomes active again. Before bedtime, stage what you need so night care is boring and efficient. Keep diapers, wipes, a spare sleep sack, and feeding supplies in predictable places. Decide where your feet go, where the dim light is, and what you will say if you need to say anything. A calm check in is not cold. It is clear your presence says, I am here and you are safe, while the room still says the night is not a party. Here is the 10-minute reset for tonight. 1. View the room from crib height after dark. 2. Cover or turn away tiny lights that face the sleep space. 3. Simplify the crib view by moving high contrast or moving items out of sight. 4. Make sound steady and moderate and remove avoidable sudden noises when you can. 5. Stage night supplies so check-ins are calm, dim and consistent. Do not change everything at once if that makes the evening stressful. Pick the two most obvious alert cues and test them for several nights. Babies are not machines, and sleep can be affected by feeding, development, illness, teething, and temperament. The win here is not instant perfection. The win is a room that stops arguing with your bedtime routine. A final safety note: keep following safe sleep guidance. Baby on their back for sleep, a firm, flat sleep surface, and no loose blankets, pillows, bumpers, or soft objects in the crib. If your baby has breathing concerns, poor weight gain, reflux symptoms, illness, or anything that worries you, check with your pediatric clinician. Nursery changes are support, not medical care. If this helped, save the room audit and try it when you are not exhausted. Light, view, sound, temperature, and traffic. The NurseryLab question for every room is simple: what is this space teaching the baby to expect next? For bedtime, the best answer is safe, boring, consistent rest. For more nursery tips, like and subscribe. It really helps this channel.